Hello everyone. As usual, it's been another busy week, but on the plus side, finals week is this upcoming week, so after that I will have a lot more time and a lot more free time to film and whatnot. So in front of you here are two of my newest items. On the left we have Masdevallia confetti, which is a primary hybrid of Strobelii and glandulosa. And there's Kitty. Hi Kitty. And then on the right here we have Masdevallia mehiana, which is a species. And so this leaf is a lot yellower on camera for some reason. It looks just fine on. It looks like a new leaf on in real life. So I don't know why that coloration is like that on the camera. But get the cattail out of the way. But these two are new, and so what I wanted to do is do a couple quick updates, and as well as talk about what I know so far of Masdevallia culture, because I don't know a whole lot. I only had one, and I killed it ages ago because I wasn't quite sure of what to do, but I'm a little bit better off now. So Masdevallias, and this is just what I know. This is not definite yes or no, because this is only what I know and what I've been told and what I remember. The Masdevallia is a pretty good sized genus. There's a lot of different species and hybrids, and they group generally into three different groupings: the cool intermediate, and the intermediate warm. And so these are both warmer growers. They can grow warm just fine. They do want a little bit of a drop at night, so I bring the greenhouse down to about like 70-ish now. Kitty. Yes, kitty. I know. And so the greenhouse, so it's a lot cooler, but it's still warm during the day. They like to stay damp or moist. I plan on putting these in a little shallow tray, so that the media can wick up water. Right now it's fresh. It was freshly watered, so I don't need to water it again. And they're fairly freshly potted. I got these two from High Desert Orchids, which is based in Albuquerque, and she does the owner does a live stream once a week on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, where she puts up all the plants and people can buy them on the stream, and then any that don't sell in the stream get put up to the page. And so this is really cool because you get to see the plants firsthand before other people do, and you can buy them straight then and there. So I bought these, bought the Masdevallia confetti and then the mehiana. And these are two that I know. I know the friend who has them, and I smelled them, and they smell fantastic. From what I've experienced and what I was told, confetti smells kind of like cooked root beer, which is weird. It's like a very sweet root beery scent. And then mehiana to me smells like Fruit Loops and bubblegum. It's kind of like a weird fruity, sweet fragrance. And they're delightful, smaller masdevallias, and they bloom in large clusters of flowers. Not like an umbel or anything, but a bunch of flowers in like the fall, late summer, like when it starts cooling down. I believe they can sprout a flower or two every now and then, but they generally flower in the fall. And they're just cute little guys. Super excited for these. So they also like it because they don't have pseudobulbs. They don't want to dry out, so that's why you want to keep them damp or moist. And they like, so a lot of them like some fairly bright light, not Cattleya level, like around Oncidium level, bright, indirect, bright shade. Depends on the exact species or hybrid, but these two especially, they like it pretty bright. So I keep them down here, where they're underneath the grow light, but they're not in the shade. And I'll give them light feedings every now and then. But I'm super excited for these because Masdevallias I only can go for like the warmer growers because intermediate and cooler I can't keep them cool enough, and so they die on me. But these look really nice and healthy. I love them. And so those are the two new Masdevallias. So I'm just gonna set them back over here. And we've got a couple other updates that I can talk about real quick. Well, cat naps on the floor. Neophonetia or Vanda falcata. Come on, get in focus. The spike there's at least 5 buds on there, but it also looks like, and you can see it right there in the middle of the camera. It looks like the second spike is starting, so it's not going to be at the same time. This one might even be done before that one gets ready. Who knows? But it's looking good so far. And then we've got on my Catamoides Dragon's Glade, there's a new growth starting. A little bit lower than I sort of would have expected, but it's doing pretty well. But then if we go up top here, and let me, as usual, try to keep the camera in focus while I move. Got a vanilla vine. A friend sent me this. It's 7 foot in length with 3 growth points. And so it's the skinny version of vanilla planifolia, which is the species that's most widely grown for vanilla flavoring and vanilla beans and such. And it looks really healthy, really nice. You'll see air roots form at every joint. And there's one end of it right there, but the growth tip snapped off during shipping. But it'll branch off no problem. And then we've got a couple other growth points buried around here somewhere. It's potted in orchiata, fine grade orchiata. So this is like super ultra fine grade orchiata, because vanilla itself grows more like a terrestrial on the ground, and then kind of attaches itself and uses these air roots for water as well. And so I'm super excited for this. I just got it yesterday. And it likes a lot higher humidity than a lot of other orchids do. I keep the greenhouse no lower than 60%, or 65%. So this is it's a very warm, pretty warm grower too. Doesn't like it like boiling hot, but doesn't like to cool down too far. And what you're supposed to do, and I don't know how big this one will need to get, because I know the bigger version of planifolia will bloom at around 10 to 15 feet. This one's skinnier, and I know they're a little bit harder to bloom, but I anticipate probably around 15 feet, and I don't know if that's biomass related or length of the longest piece of vine, but it's definitely at least 12 feet in total biomass length by measuring all the parts, or all of the growth points. This is really, really entertaining plant though, either way, and it makes a nice, attractive plant even if it's not blooming. But I do hope to bloom it someday. But one trick I was told that to help trigger bloomings in the fall, when you start to cool them down a little bit more, not like below their preference, but just cool them down a bit and dry them out more, you let the growth point hang down, and that helps trigger flowers. I'm not exactly sure how, but that's what I've seen and what I've heard, and on the plants I've seen in bloom, what was happening. So yeah, that's the vanilla vine. I got more flowers on my Hoya multiflora over here. I tried to pollinate one, and these are interesting to pollinate, and let me get these flowers out of the way here because they're getting stuck. In Hoya multiflora, like other Hoyas, it has pollinia like orchids do, and the pollinia are organized in these little locks. See if I can get a close up. Those brown spots on this species are the locks, and the pollinating insect gets stuck inside the lock and pulls itself out, and in doing so, pollinates the flower in the process, and brings the pollen to another flower. So I learned that, tried to pollinate one, probably failed, but we'll see. And then also, one more update. My hybrid pod is starting to ripen, and it's starting to the little sections that divide the capsule pieces are starting to separate, so it should be ready to pick soon, and then I can get it flasked, and that'll be my first ever hybrid. Anyway, that's really all that's going on that needed updating right now, and I took a quick little talk about what I know about Masdevallia Culture. Since I grow a lot of warm growers, pretty much actually everything in here is a warm grower, or a warm intermediate, which means it can tolerate a little cooler, but it still likes it warm. And so I have trouble with the cooler growers because I live in a hot desert, and so it's either too cold, where it is in the winter, where I can't keep the temperature stable at a point where they like it, or it's too hot, which is most of the year. So even in the winter, the greenhouse is typically too warm for the winter temperatures that the cooler growers require. I have an intermediate terrarium, but I don't have a humidifier for it, so I don't put much in it except for my kingianums. But anyway, that's all for now. I'll see you guys Monday. I'm sure I'll have more to update on then as well. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video.